Hey, it's Latoya. Welcome to my channel. She does it all. Today I'm cooking mashed potatoes, some green beans, and some corn. We're having two vegetables because my oldest son doesn't eat corn. So I took out my thighs to thaw out. I buy them in a big package from BJ's and then I just separate them and freeze them that way. So that's thawing out. And then I'm going to actually make some honey butter biscuits from Grands. They're pretty good. So that's what we're going to be making. Now I'm just going to take the can open and open both cans of vegetables and then put them in a pot so they can cook for a little bit on the stove. So I'm going to just season the corn and the green beans with some Mrs. Dash salt-free seasoning, the garlic and herb. And then I have some onion powder that I'm going to use. And then I have a little bit of light salt that I'm going to use, and then that's about it. The Mrs. Dash also has pepper, so I don't have to add to that. Chicken's finished thawing out with a little bit of vinegar and water just to clean off some of that film that be underneath the skin. So I'm going to take the bag that the chicken is in and I'm going to roll it down a little bit, and I'm going to use that to store all of the fat and that little slimy stuff that comes off the chicken. So I'm going to put that inside the bag and then I could take that directly outside. Now this is just all of the extra fat and the slimy stuff that comes off from underneath the skin. I'm going to just take this and then throw it out and wash my hands, and then I'll move on to actually cleaning out the sink because I like to clean the sink out right after I've had any raw meat or anything in it, before any dishes or anything goes in. So I'm going to wash my hand and then I'm going to actually clean out the sink with some Lysol hydrogen peroxide. Is like a disinfectant. So I spray that in the sink and then I let that sit for a while, and then I come back after it disinfects and then I rinse the sink out. So that's what I'll do next. Now I'm going to season the chicken with some sazon and some ground turmeric, some onion powder, some light salt, some ranch dressing, and Mrs. Dash no salt, and some pepper. Now for certain meals, I like to put some aluminum foil inside the air fryer so it'll be easier to clean, like when I have to cook for a longer amount of time. So I'm just going to put some Reynolds wrap in the bottom of the pan. And I spray a little bit of extra virgin olive oil inside the bottom so it doesn't actually stick to the skin when I have to flip the chicken over, because I flip it a few times throughout the cooking process. So now I'm just going to load all the chicken into the air fryer. that's what the chicken looks like. I didn't put any flour, like dip it in any flour or anything, because I didn't want that type of chicken for this meal. I wanted it kind of like a bake fried. So that's why I didn't add any flour. So now I'm just going to put the air fryer on 375 for 25 minutes. And then once that's done, I'll take it out and I'll flip it over and cook the other side. And I'll show you just how that looks. Now that it's actually done from the top part where they have the skin at, I'm going to flip it over and then I'm going to put it back in the air fryer for an additional 10 minutes to cook on that side. And I'll show you how that looks once this is done. Now this is practically done for the second cycle, so now I'm just going to flip it over one more time to get the top part where the skin is at. I'm going to just flip that over so then I can just, you know, get that little bit of crunch on the top. So I'm going to flip these over and then put them back in for 10 minutes and then I'll be done. What it looks like when it's all done. So it's kind of like a fried bake kind of chicken. So now I'm gonna move on to the actual biscuits. I'm going to let the oven preheat at 325, and then once that's done, I'll put the biscuits in. Now that they're in, I'm gonna set the timer for 15 minutes and that'll be it. So the biscuits are done, and it kind of sucks. I was recording making the mashed potatoes, and then once it was done I realized that my phone had died, so I didn't get to film that part. But now everything's all done: mashed potatoes, green beans, the baked chicken, and the biscuits. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you get notified anytime I post a video. See you guys.